Sounds good, Dan. Thanks. Concerned viewers reaching out to our newsroom regarding the West Street Bridge connecting Springfield to Ludlow.
The bridge has been closed now since August, and since then, commuters have been forced to seek alternate routes, which they say has caused a longer commute to work as well as congestion on usually calm side streets.
Western Mass News reporter Reagan Lockery is digging for answers on what's being done.
5 months ago, the city was hopeful for quick repairs.
I have a coworker who actually needed to leave 20 minutes early so they can get here because of the morning commute.
If you use the West Street Bridge to get to work, you know exactly what she's going through.
You have to plan extra time, especially for getting to things that I need to do on Boston Road.
Melissa Russell commutes from South Hadley to Ludlow every day. She says the closed bridge has made life extremely inconvenient.
You have to go down side streets that you normally probably shouldn't have that much congestion.
The West Street Bridge has been closed since August. The problem started with a large bump on the Springfield side, an expansion joint issue. If you remember our Getting Answers segment from June, drivers were frustrated. The city said it would work with Mass DOT on expediting repairs. They hope to complete the work in a couple of months. That was 5 months ago. For those that use the West Street Bridge for their everyday commute, these barriers behind me mean an inconvenience. But for those who live in the neighborhood, it means peace and quiet. We visited the neighborhood around the bridge. Residents there didn't want to go on camera, but they told us the quiet has been nice. However, they admit they're in the minority. Most are hoping it reopens soon. In fact, another Western Mass News viewer reached out hoping we could get answers on any progress. Their email reads in part, has the Massachusetts DOT created a plan to repair the West Street Bridge between Ludlow and Springfield? If so, when will repair work begin? Mass DOT tells Western Mass News they did a regularly scheduled inspection in late September. Mass DOT shared the inspection with the city in late December. They say it's a municipality-owned bridge. Springfield and Ludlow share ownership, but the city of Springfield is taking the lead with designs and repairs. We took our questions to the city of Springfield. The mayor's office told us the Department of Public Works Director Chris Signoli would be the best person to speak with. However, he was unavailable Wednesday. In the meantime, Melissa Russell will keep leaving 20 minutes early and will keep asking, when will the city keep its promise? The city promised quick repairs 5 months ago. There's still no timeline for when the bridge will reopen. Western Mass News expects to hear back from the Public Works Director Thursday. We'll keep pressing for answers. Reporting in Springfield, Reagan Lockery for Western Mass News.